The renaming process is done for now. Let's get a full look at our team as we go through the red shirts. Our quarterbacks for the season: J. Boneyard Forbes, B. fucking Arthur, Hickenbottom High Noon, and Buford Mad Dog Tannen. And we will obviously red shirt the latter two. Again, our quarterback succession is going to be Forbes this year, Arthur next year, and then either Noon or Tannen the year after that. At running back, Jolene, Juco Salamanca, Steve Harvey, Odiferous Tickle, Pinkley Taurus III, and motherfucking Cowboy. We'll obviously redshirt the two players that we can. At fullback, the senior, Cowboy Bob Orton. Your wide receivers, Kel E. Kapowski, He is Kenoff, Kent C. Straits, La Nutmeg Shiverbus, Billy the Adult. Every time. Fuck you, Chugwater Truckstick the Fourth, and Mean Gene Okerlund. We have a big decision here. I don't think we can afford to redshirt Kel E. Kapowski. We need Kel E. to play. One of these two has to be redshirt, and it's going to be La Nutmeg because this guy has 93 speed. So La Nutmeg and Truckstick will get the red shirt and sit out for the year. You could make an argument for Kent, but that's okay. At tight end, Brisket Buchanan, Annie Get Your Gun, or Gaturgan, whatever you prefer, Butterfingers, Dusty Trail, and the Cisco Kid. For obvious reasons, we will redshirt Fingers and Trail, have Get Your Gun as the second choice, and then Cisco as the third choice. On the O-line, Me Like Horsies, Brad to the Bone, Brokeback Mountain, Assless Chaps, and Yosemite Sam. At center, Cordell Walker, Ras Beeves, and Josh Allen if he was good. Right guard is Ram Ranch and Ted Haas Wilson. And at right tackle, Hangman's Blood and Mr. Chokovich. Every single one of them have already been redshirted at least once. Cody, take it easy, by the way. On the defensive line, Kenneth Pinion, Okada's Coin Drop, Dust Bunny, and John Marston, who will sit out for the year. The right-hand side is Wild Bill Hickok, La Cowboy Bebop, and Dutch Vanderland, which will redshirt the two juniors that we can. At defensive tackle, Rodeo Ronnie Rivers, who will sit out for the year. Not Sure, and Shooty Blasty, who was already redshirt because they were a transfer. I feel like we only need two, because the defensive end can technically play. At linebacker, PBNJ, Reed Son, and my Twitch broke. Probably redshirt the two that we can. Middle linebacker, Douche Pickle, the Gifter Taker, and Buster Scruggs. And on the right, Masked Cowboy, Sundance Kid, and Jurgen Klopp. At corner, Get Along Little Doggy, Butch Cassidy, Cowboy Poker, Lincoln Hawk, Cornelius T. Tumbleweed, Ride 'em Cowgirl, and Cowboy Curtis. Oh, this is a tough one. I think we got to keep the top three. We need to get promotion. So redshirt those latter three and run with those four. At safety, Sneeds, Feed and Seed, Keenan and Kel, as well as Scrawny Nag and Yeed Last Ha. The kicker, Arthur Morgan. The punter, Bo Byron. There you go. Your Wyoming Cowboys for 2016. Let's go ahead and reorganize yield depth charts. And from there, the joys of the app. Pick a random letter as we go to the custom schedule. It makes sense to have week 1 open. Play somebody in week 2. Play somebody in 6 and 7. Let's open up week 8. We'll play somebody in 6 and 7. And then have the run of conference games at the very end. So in week 2, we will be playing a team that starts with the letter M. M. Okay, we got a lot of options. We got Memphis, Miami of Ohio, Georgia, Mid-Tennessee State, Minnesota, and Missouri. I am going to put them on a wheel and see what happens. We'll leave it up to chance. Non-conference game, so it doesn't really matter. We got Memphis, Miami, Ohio, Mid-Tennessee State, Minnesota, Missouri. On the wheel, who will our M representation be? Minnesota. Minnesota. Taking on the Gophers. Week number 6. It'll be a team that starts with the letter T. The letter T. Either Texas, Texas Tech, or Tulane. Fuck. Chat wants Tulane. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. We'll go for Tulane. That's fine. And then in week 7, it's a team that starts with the letter J. Holy shit. Nobody starts with the letter J. Fuck. It's a team that starts with the letter L. Nobody starts with L. You know it's going to be J coming up. Or G. Y. Nobody starts with Y. Oh my god. B. Nobody starts with B. L again. T. There was a T, wasn't there? Texas or Tulsa? Fuck. We'll put it on a wheel. It's either Texas or Tulsa. We'll probably lose either way. Oh, fuck. All right. Will it be Texas or Tulsa? Tulsa? Please still be Tulsa. It is Tulsa. Thank God. Thank God. All right. So we take on the Golden Hurricanes, the Green Wave, and the Golden Gophers this season. Fair enough. An F strength of schedule, which I'm not too upset about seeing. So there you go. That is our schedule for the year. Our final thing to do, color adjectives. Our final thing to do is to take a look at the recruitment board. I'm a little bit worried about player needs for the season. I think this could end up being really rough for us, honestly. Like the last few seasons, we've only needed like 3 different players. Okay, we need a fullback. We need a tackle, a guard, and a center. Oh, Christ. Yep, we're screwed. On defense, we need a defensive tackle, 2 outside linebackers, 3 middle linebackers, 2 free safeties, and a strong safety. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, good. There's a 5-star who would sign here, but guess what? We're not allowed to bring him in. Okay. Where do we even start? Where do we even start? So for the fullbacks, I mean, we have to look at anybody we can, basically. I need to get a full list of fullbacks. I'm going to handle scouting a bit differently, maybe. We got Marshall Reed. Obviously, looking at fullbacks probably shouldn't be the best priority, but it's scouting for the first week. Can't even look at Coleman. Can't look at that guy. Mike Rutledge is a 59. That dude's a 48. That dude's a 43. Jesus Christ. If I take Marshall Reed off the list, did that open anybody else up? No, it didn't. So literally we have one fullback that we can get. It's this guy. Otherwise, we're dealing with a walk-on. So we need to hope this guy is good, and we need to hope that we can get him. He is a 76. We have to go all in for Marshall Reed this season. Otherwise, we're in big trouble fullback-wise. For the O-line, we need a tackle. I mean, we need everything. Let's be honest. Vandermeulen. I don't think I've ever seen that. I swear to God, I keep seeing surnames that I've never seen before in this game. There are a lot of tackles available. The question is, how many are available to us? This could easily be the first season where we have to rely on walk-ons. And that's not ideal. We got Paul Brown. I don't have the recruiting update. No, it's the base option, which I'm okay with. I know, especially the newest update for the recruitment deal has been a little bit difficult for some people install-wise. So, let's see, Anthony Campbell. New update has a lot of new names. Fair. I'm not surprised they're still adding to the name pool. It's pretty damn cool. Not to rhyme like a white guy, but, you know, can't help it. How many other tackles might be worth looking at? Lance Gibbs is a 64. So yeah, we have a lot of scouting ahead of us in the first couple of weeks here. A lot. It is a good thing that we have those extra points now. I'm going to rule out Sean McDonald. I think we got to be pretty strict at a 65 and up to even look at somebody. I'm worried for the first time. I am worried. We just need so much that I think we'd struggle even without the restrictions to fill all those player needs. I don't really see how we work our way through. So for the tackles, Paul Brown, Charlie Ham is awesome. Yeah, Campbell, Preston Jones, Singleton's above a 70. A 70 is going to have to be the cutoff right now. Bare minimum. Lance Gibbs is definitely out. John Johnson. Kirkpatrick's all right. Bonner's all right. James Mayer will be out. Jay Williams will be out. So there are a couple of tackles, which is good. We only have 400 points left this week. Let's go look at the centers. Just try to do what we can. Actually, we'll look at guards first. That's fine. Wrong order on the old sheet for what we needed. All right. On one hand, it'll be good to have a lot of options. Oh my God, that guy's insane. He's a sophomore, too. That might have to be our number one target right there. The problem is he's from Alabama, and Bama's interested. How the hell are we going to convince you to come to fucking Wyoming? We better hope that he's antisocial. He just doesn't want to talk to people. Franklin McNair we can look at. Playing time. I suppose you're right. Yeah. Shame we can't throw the old NCAA 13 gambit at him. But all right, again, more options are great, but fewer options make our decisions easier and let us better utilize the time that we have and the limited points that we have. Randy Broussard, I mean, he might not be bad, but 63, Kevin Adams. 60 for Cameron Booth. Those guys are appearing over a 60. It doesn't mean that they're not. Okay, and then what about centers? What about centers? Goolsby. Brady Goolsby. Man, there are some sophomore JUCO options that are honestly incredible. But the big programs recognize that those guys are also going to be good. It just sucks to have competition from those programs. Charles Davis is a sophomore, but he's only a 60. 61 for Raymond Green. 55 for Michael Scott. 63 for Jason Gonzalez. Reggie Parks. Deep cut for the wrestling fans. Martin Clark, Eric Smith. All these guys are super low overalls being on the board. Okay. Let's go look at the guards and the centers here. We're not going to have enough points, I think, to scout all of them. But for the guards, Carr looks amazing. McNair looks fantastic. Nichols is good. Jackson is awesome. Ronald Price is tragic. There was a Michael Scott, yes. The only center is Ben Merrick, who's an 80. Holy shit, man. There's some really good offensive line options. And we need 3 of them. Defensive tackle. We need 1 defensive tackle this upcoming season. Let's finally focus on the defense here. Still don't know how we're going to survive this. I really don't. Like, it's one thing to see that a player is available. It's another thing to know that you have to outduel some top-notch programs to get them. This is not looking great for defensive tackles. We finally get our first. He does have interest in us already. Willie Richards. Actually, number 1 on his list. We got Tony Harris. Mike Dahl, who's shown up as a 69 overall out of the gates. It's pretty good. Stephen Thomas. Okay, it made us wait a little bit, but we're finally getting some options. 67 for Ryan Richardson. 65 for Jeff Mathis. The baseball player? J.R. McDaniel. Millinocket! He's from fucking potato country. Shout out to Millinocket. Couple of 63s. We'll avoid him. A 64, 62, 58. Harry Rhodes. Finish the story, Harry. All right, and a 46. Yikes. All right. Well, we can only scout out 2 of these guys. We only had 100 points left. I have to play this very wisely over the next few weeks. We'll take Willie Richards out. What about Tony Harris? Okay. We're actually going to leave him because the other guys might not be that good. So, nervous moments. But we are set up for the 2016 season. We desperately need to be promoted this year because I don't see how we possibly 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 13 players, which isn't the worst amount of players to need, but you know, when we need 5 linebackers, it's not great, right? Again, we don't play this week, so we can fully focus on recruitment. Let's see who else we have here for these defensive tackles. Mike Dahl still looking good. Stephen Thomas looks great. Ryan Richardson's out. And Jeff Mathis looks great. We'll focus on the big 3 here, if not the big 2. Gonna be so tough to fight for everybody. It really is. Linebackers are next. And again, we need a crap load of them. 5 to be exact. Turns out 5 is the definition of a crap load. At least in this context. 78 overall, potentially sophomore transfer. Sophomore? It's fucking Maynard in me. I'm telling you. Sophomore. I'll come up here. Ask someone what the, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. I guarantee half the people you talk to say fucking sophomore. Yeah. Steven Drew, Red Sox legend. Oh, man. Soft. S-A-W-F-T, sophomore. Let's see. Anybody else? Softcore. Oh, and why would you do that? Armstrong? of Southampton fame. Can I have a single goddamn linebacker? Jesus. I mean, we already had one, but fuck him. He's not going to sign here. Again, how I wish I could just sort by JUCO. I can't even scout that guy. He doesn't want to come here. Can't get that guy either. 68, Chris Green. Anybody else? 70, Jimmy Woods, and a 65, Melvin Lewis. Buddy, you don't want to go to Buffalo. You don't want to go to Buffalo. Come on now. Robert Max, he's a bit too low of a starting OBR. Kevin Thomas. Looks like he could be okay. Travis Mayo. Dennis Hughes doesn't want to be here. Kevin Brown's not that good. Rick Houston was a 64. It's okay, but not amazing. Start looking at OVR now, and it's not looking good. What do we have at middle linebacker? If anything. Please, God, let... My appeal and pleads to the gods not currently working out in my favor. Hello. He's a junior, but George Osborne. Michael Weber. Oh, Jesus Christ, if these guys are actually that good. Man, 3 stars for us look like 5 stars. It's nuts. Fred Foreman. If we get this guy and someone just doesn't rename him to Red Foreman, I'm gonna put my foot in your ass. Ridiculous. Gabe Rogers. Dan Long. NCAA run Navy have been 12-0 and number 1 for the past 4 seasons, but they can't win an Natty. George Foreman. Ooh, okay. George Foreman would be a decent shout. Would be. Fair enough. Fair play, endurance. Fair play. Joan Osborne. Crash, how old are you? All right. Anybody else over a 65? No. Okay. So, again, we looked at the defensive tackles. Our linebacker options. Caleb Gray is outrageously good. Jimmy Woods is a 75. Okay, we got 2 solid outside linebackers. Be the primary focus, and then the middle linebackers. Osborne's still over a 70. Weber is as well. Foreman's looking good. Dan Long drops. Mario Taylor drops. Porter drops. Dennis drops. Mackey, not enough. Okay. Well, we need 5 linebackers, and we have 6 of them on the list. We need 3 safeties overall. You could argue look at corners anyway. Because, of course, we could move a corner over to safety and vice versa. So let's look at the 3 secondary positions. I still haven't looked at athletes. Wideouts, running backs. I mean, there might be great players out there, but we have to focus on the positions of need. So let's look here at the corner options. And see... Oh my god, Jamal Smith would be incredible. Anybody else? Any other 3 stars? Bobby Ryan. Dan Goodman. I prefer John Goodman. The pride of St. Louis, John Goodman. John Jones. Ah, it was Joe Jones. I was going to say, you can find him hiding underneath a cage to dodge a drug test. That wasn't John Jones, was it? I just didn't want to bring up the hit and run, but now I will. John Jones is a bad person. Anyway, Brett Dorsey, that guy could be insane. Ben Bush. John Jones, the Martian Hunter. For some reason, I thought it was Vanderlei that hid underneath the cage. But, you know. Let's see, 67, David Jones. 74, Junior Burton. John Bray, who's only a 62. 72 for Daniel Moore. 65 there. I can start looking by OBR here. Maurice Hobbs, the powerhouse. Got Will Gardner, but he won't sign here. Tyron Moore. We have a lot of corner options. God damn. Joe Hale. Bobby Fuller. Anybody else with a good OVR? No. But there are a lot of corners. There are. All right. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to look at athletes, to be honest. Jamal Smith looks good. Dorsey as well. McKinney looks great. Yeah, we need safeties, but there's no reason to not just scout corners. Potentially move people. Anybody over a 70 is staying. I got my favorite thing about John Jones said he thought a 12-6 elbow to the forehead of a deaf man was smart. Jesus. Oh God. Well, you know. I have no response to that crash. Oh man, I haven't heard Matt Hamill referenced in a while, but here we are. All right. Okay, I'm just Buck Johnson's a porn star. You don't have a name like Buck Johnson without hanging some dong in a filmed environment. Let's see, Brandon Clark could be great. Crash, be careful, you might tear a tricep. All that truth you're throwing out there. Blount won't sign here. Davis won't sign here. 63, 61. Start looking by overall. It's not looking too good. What about strong safety on the other side? Udlane Gray. Udlin. Old Udlin. Yodlin? Damn it, Crash. Crash, the problem is I can hear you say that in your voice. It just makes it more funny, but also worse. Whoa, Lolo. I still don't know why you renamed yourself, to be honest. Thank you for the 32 months, though. How are you, buddy? I hope you're good. Welcome to my nightmare. Needing to recruit a lot of people. Max as well, immediately after the 31 months. Go Niners. I mean, as people have talked about, it's the Super Bowl matchup that people didn't want. The vast majority of people on the day will be rooting for the Niners. I honestly, though, Super Bowl-wise, Chiefs. Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. As cool as it would be to see Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey and company, you know, just a couple of underdog. Just a couple of underdog. I'm sorry, but during the Niners and the NFC Championship game, Sin texted me the Stone Cold clip of "That's how a white man throws a football." Except that's how a white man runs a football for Christian McCaffrey. The fucking longest yard from 2005. What a shit show of a movie. As nice as it would be, I want the meltdown and the scripted clips and calls of people being like, NFL scripted, they gave it to the Chiefs for Taylor Swift. I want people to be so mad. I want them to be just fuming at the idea of Taylor Swift is the reason why the Niners didn't win the Super Bowl. It'd be fucking hilarious. We have 30 players on the board already. I just want Taylor Swift to get a ring. I mean, people have joked about it, the full idea. I hope this happens, because again, this won't end up on YouTube until fucking April, July even, 2026. The idea that, you know, they do the John Cena proposing at WrestleMania Let's. I want to see it. I want to see people get mad because Travis Kelce proposes at midfield once the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Anyway, we have 30 dudes on our list already. I do not have space to look at quarterbacks, running backs, even athletes. I just do not have the space or time right now to do it. So we're not going to. We're just going to hand out a shitload of scholarships to every single one of these dudes. And we're just going to start doing what we can. I'm no longer a Tugi24 fan. I've been a fan since 1971 and a sub since 1979. It's a hell of a copy pasta. Going to twitch.tv Crash Andrews where they know how to run a stream. At least twice a week. You will not get more elite NHL squad battles content than you get on twitch.tv/Crash Andrews. It's true. It is true. Let's bring up ye old calculator. I mean, well, the math, it's 2,800. Divide that by 30. That is about 90 points per person, which is not a ton out of the gates, but we'll make sure that the higher up dudes get better carryover. So we got the scholarship offers, 90 points per person, and we are just going to do the very best that we can in terms of recruitment this season when there is a lot of demand, but do not be surprised if we end up with numerous walk-ons. I think it's going to happen. I had a hunch it would happen at some point. I thought it would be earlier on before we got our program prestige up. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys were like 500 points back, or we added them this week, so we're not ranked at all. This is going to be a scary time for your boy here. Man, there's a lot of really freaking good players. 90 points is Kevin Nash levels of trying. Don't forget the hair flip. All right, let's see. I'll go 95 for as many people as we can. There we go. Okay. So again, we do not play week 1. The preseason poll has Ohio State as the team to beat this season. It's a bunch of top 6 representation, then second tier with Utah, Clemson. Oh, that's right. The Gators were in the Americans. Now they're only in the ACC. South Carolina, though, Conference USA, ranked top 9. Well, no, it's playable. There are more than enough JUCOs. It is definitely playable. We do need some luck on our side if we're ever going to win, but I mean, our projected rank is 115 now. Oh, man. Whew. It's a little bit scary. It is possible, though, in terms of sheer numbers. A new season begins. Jolene is the captain, apparently. Captain Jolene.